All right, good evening, everybody. It is a Monday night. Man, it's muggy out there. Got a few cabinets put together out in the garage on my dinner break. Did some grilling, too. Grilled some chicken, some hot dogs, and hamburgers. The traditional grilling out there. A few things to talk about tonight. Area in the Gulf is starting to get better organized. We may actually see a depression form later this week. Might even see a tropical storm. It all depends on how far south that area low pressure tracks, and we're going to be tracking that for you coming up in just a few minutes. Phil Campbell checking in. We got Meridianville checking in. Philip up there. So let's get into the forecast here. It's really quiet out there tonight, and the pattern's kind of changed. We went from a lot of storms yesterday evening to not much of anything today, and I don't think we're going to see a whole lot coming up tomorrow either. We're basically in a stagnant pattern. I could use a break in the showers and storms, the daily showers and storms. But boy, I'm really looking forward to October. This humidity's not for me. Especially, I mean, the thing I don't mind the heat so much. It's just when you got to get in your suit, you got to go outside in the heat, and you got to wait. Still haven't been able to park the car in the garage, so the car is hot. Just trying to get the car to cool down. I think it's halfway to work, and it's finally starting to get cooled down. But here are the current temperatures. I think there's something wrong with the Athens sensor. I don't think it's still 87 in a majority of the city there. Checking in, Brad checking in from Chattanooga. Good evening. But it's definitely warm out there. It's very muggy, and the heat index is going to become more of a factor. Probably by Wednesday, we'll see a heat index closer to 105. Here's tomorrow's weather. It's pretty boring, but boring's good. I don't mind boring. Checking in for Skyline. Amber checking in tonight. Here's the tropics. This is what we're tracking down there. There's an area low pressure where that orange X is. And there's some circulation there. So this is something, we've been kind of looking at for about a week now. And it's finally coming to the point where we're getting a little bit more concerned about it. I think this is going to be a classic area low pressure that produces very heavy rain. And right now, it kind of looks like it may have its sights set on Louisiana. I know I've been noticing some posts from my buddy Rob Perillo down there in Lafayette, Louisiana. So again, the concern is this doesn't become a major storm system, but it does produce a lot of rain, and it kind of stalls out perhaps in Louisiana. So we don't know exactly yet until that center of low pressure actually forms. Yes, I did see Rebecca said Eider had some heavy rain today. That was one of the only big heavy downpours we had today, that in southeast of Coleman. So let's take a look at the latest model guidance. And this 40% in the next 7 days, that was just released tonight. You can see the circulation here. You've got showers and storms in the Bahamas moving north, and then you've got the west coast of Florida. Those showers and storms are kind of moving west and then south around that area of circulation. Yeah, just stay inside if you got those breathing problems out there, Sandra. Yeah, it's not pleasant. It gets hard to breathe out there in this tropical air. But you kind of see two distinct areas. One's moving north, one's moving south. So there's a broad area of circulation there. And that would be that area low pressure that's developing. And we'll have to watch it. Here's kind of the key here as we go to the hour-by-hour forecast. I've kind of expanded the view. Starts you off tomorrow morning, more showers and storms down near Orlando. And again, this is going to be a super rainmaker for northern Florida. You can kind of see all that heavy rain down there in and around Galveston, in and around, what am I thinking? Gator country down there. Gainesville, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed someone out in the Chandler, somebody was cutting hay today too, and I thought that was a pretty good idea. Anytime you can get a break and cut the hay this time of year, that's a good, and you're usually doing it because we don't have as much rain. It's just been kind of a little, I won't say it's been abnormally wet. I think what's happened is instead of these, yes, thanks Jessica, instead of these isolated showers and thunderstorms, they're more numerous out there. We always have these, but we've just had more of them. I will say that. So as we get on into Tuesday noon, not much happening around here, but once again down in Gainesville, they are seeing very heavy rain. Notice the circulation there, quite evident. South of Tallahassee, we're going to have higher rip currents along the northern Gulf Coast, so be aware of that. And right now, I personally wouldn't cancel my plans down there. It looks like you're going to have days of rain, periods of showers and storms. However, here's 7 o'clock Wednesday morning. If the farther this goes offshore, the more likely it is to become a tropical storm, just because of the nature. If these systems like to be over water. Good question here, Amber. Wants to know if it's going to bring rain to our area. It is possible down the road, maybe into the weekend. But for now, this is going to track due west, and then some of the model guidance kind of curves it up in Louisiana and to the north towards Memphis. So again, something we'll have to watch. Looks like a heavy rain producer. You can kind of see by 6 o'clock Wednesday, we've got some heavier rain moving in, and you may have to zoom in on your phone here to see the better view. But man, this is brutal. This is 6 o'clock Wednesday. We've got a high of 95 in Huntsville. Let me get my glasses on so I can see that a little better. We've got a high of 95 in Huntsville, 94 Nashville, 95 in Chattanooga. So our heat, we're probably going to get a heat advisory with those numbers because the heat index is probably going to be 105, 106. And then Tuscaloosa at 97. So again, a fairly unorganized area low pressure at that time in the Gulf. But notice the circulation here. And this is our high resolution model. This is Wednesday night, has it southeast Louisiana. And then most likely it would track north from there. So that may give us some heavy rainfall over the weekend. Here's that 3-day forecast. 94, may have to go 95 or 96 Wednesday. And then Thursday, 95. So we're going to have to watch all of that. It just looks pretty brutal. May have to go first alert weather day Wednesday for heat advisory. Probably looking at heat index 106 maybe. So again, coming up after the break, we're going to take a look at that 10-day forecast, and that's coming up in 1 minute. All right, appreciate you guys sticking around through that 1 minute break. I know 1 minute, it seems like eternity sometimes, doesn't it? Here's your mowing forecast. Good conditions tomorrow, and Wednesday's probably pretty good too. It's just the heat that's eventually going to get to us all, so make sure you're staying hydrated. Can't stress enough how, I lost 3 pounds. Every time I go work in the garage in the morning, I'm drinking probably 12 ounces of water every 30 minutes, and I still lose like 2-3 pounds. So it's rough out there. So make sure you're staying hydrated, take those heat precautions. Updated forecast, I'm probably going to increase our numbers tomorrow. May go 95 tomorrow, 96 Wednesday. May go with a first alert weather day Wednesday for the heat. So I think we're probably going to see heat advisory. It may get extended into Thursday. This is based on the model guidance we just looked at. It looks pretty darn hot. Even for July. So again, want to make sure everyone's aware of that. But I appreciate you tuning in. I got to go do the radio, then got to get ready for the 10 o'clock news. And again, appreciate you guys. Around 9:33-ish every night, Monday through Friday. We've got 48 weather extra. Thanks again.